Good afternoon and welcome to Kenting, the southernmost tip of Taiwan. Now, I actually arrived here yesterday. It took quite a while. I came from Kaohsiung and I did manage to get a direct bus from Kaohsiung to Kenting, near where I'm staying. And then today I went up to the old town of Hengchun Old Town, which is one of the top 5 things to do if you Google what to do in the area. However, I think it must be like a nighttime activity because nothing was open during the day and there was so many roadworks, so you couldn't actually walk down the old streets. So I didn't spend long there before I've come to the beach that I'm at now, which is near the Beshmina community. I'll put the actual name of the beach on the screen now, but it is a lovely beach. This is the swimming area here. And you can hire the chairs and umbrellas if you want. And then you've got this long beach. That dog just dragged that poor woman in. And then you've got all of this area. It is really pretty. It's actually quite warm and it's not supposed to rain today, fingers crossed, which is amazing. If you've watched my other Taiwan videos, you know the rain has kept affecting my time in this country. But yeah, I have just got here, so I'm going to let my sun cream soak in. And then we're going to go for a swim and see if we can see anything underneath. Good morning. So yesterday I went for a swim. There wasn't much to see. There was just a couple of big, the clear fish that you see basically everywhere. So I just spent the afternoon relaxing in the sea or reading a book on the beach. It was really nice. And then I got the bus back. And then today I am going to go further into the National Forest Reserve and go for a coastal walk along there. So most people, including the hostel, when you get here, recommend you to hire a scooter. And while I can ride a scooter, it kind of seems unnecessary because they are very expensive. They're $15 for one day, not including fuel. And the buses are £1, $1.50 or less to get around. So I've been using the buses. The only thing with the buses is they only come once an hour, so you have to check where you're going the night before, what time the bus comes. So if you're here for more than one day, I'd say just get buses. If you are here for only one day, then yes, you probably would have to rent a scooter for the day, otherwise you're not going to be able to fit everything in. And if you like the flexibility of getting wherever you want, whenever you want, and you're not on a budget, hire a scooter. The roads seem very safe here, so I think you'll be completely fine. But yeah, so today I am going into the forest. So I am waiting in the shade for the bus that's going to stop there. It is going to cost 20 new Taiwanese dollars, which is about 50 pence, and take me the other side of this headland here. So then we can walk back around. It's coming at 8:40 and then it doesn't come again for another 3 hours. So I needed to make sure I'm here, so I'm 20 minutes early, but that's fine. So yeah, let's get the bus and head over there. So I have had a little bit of a change of plans. Kenting and this area isn't as well connected with buses as I originally hoped. So the first one I was waiting for was full and it was 3 hours for that bus. So I changed my itinerary to do the most popular bit first because there was more buses, and then hope that I can get the last one back later. They all just kept driving past me. So then I changed my mind and decided to go somewhere else. And then as I'm walking, I see a bus to the place I wanted to come now. So do not rely on buses, and unfortunately if you are coming as a family and you can't ride bikes, you're going to spend a lot on taxis if you're not very flexible with your timings. So because of the change of plans, my first stop is the lighthouse and the park that it is in. So it costs 25 new Taiwanese dollars to get here on the bus, and I got the 9188 bus in the end, and then it costs $60 to get in, which is about £1.50 for an adult, and kids are half price, but you have to prove that they are under 12. So this is just like a park that you can look at the lighthouse and the coastal views around it. So I'm going to walk around and see what it looks like. So Kenting is one of the few places, not only in Taiwan but also in the whole world, that has raised coral. So there's like a formal word for it, I don't remember what it is, but basically this used to be coral in the sea, and then as the world has changed and this part of the land became above sea level, the coral came with it and it's now here. And I think it's pretty cool that I'm walking through coral above ground. Yeah, just a little interesting fact for you. And I've also been told and seen signs to watch out for poisonous snakes. So that's fun while walking alone. But it's a nice walk. So I have made it to the first viewing platform in the park. So this is the Sea Pavilion and it has got an amazing view of the coast. Let me show you. I don't know if you can see this beach here, and there's another beach in this bay here, are ecological preserves. So a lot of the beaches down here are to protect the environment and the natural wildlife. So you can't actually enter these beaches, which means they look stunning. And I really want to go there and go for a swim, but you can't. So keep that in mind when you come down here, if you come down here, that some of the beaches you can't swim at. So I'm going to go to one later. I've changed my plans completely now because I realised that you can't swim in a lot of these beaches because they are preserved. And the place I was going to go to later, you can't swim at any of them. So basically you've got we're at the tip, the southernmost tip of Taiwan, and the east coast, you can't swim on any of them basically. So instead of going to the east coast, which is what I was going to do, I'm going to go in this so we're on the southernmost tips here, and then you've got another tip here. I was around the other side yesterday. I'm going to go somewhere in the middle and go to a beach there later. But for now, I'm going to keep exploring this park. But you've got some huge houses up here with amazing views. And then, yeah, this is a famous rock that you can rock climb up, but you have to have police approval. So I'm going down the many stairs now. And these are the kissing rocks, so they're 2 rocks that kiss. I've got a lovely video of that already. And then I'm going to continue along the walkway. So I am just arriving at my next viewpoint, and this viewpoint is called Viewpoint 1, very original. So we're just climbing up now. So let's have a look at what we can see. Oh wow. Fall up a step. So we have got a lot more of this coral that has raised above sea level. And then you've got wonderful views of the ocean and men that I'm sure didn't pay the entrance fee to fish there. So I like that all the viewpoints have benches so you can actually sit and enjoy the view. This one isn't shaded though, but I'm gonna sit here for probably only a couple of minutes and enjoy the view, and then we will keep walking through the forest. So I was actually unable to sit down there and enjoy the view because there are some really big hornet looking wasps, and whenever I'm on these viewing platforms, they try to get on me, and I had it on my back and I was just didn't know what to do. So I've left the viewing platform. I can have my first look at the lighthouse, but I don't know if I'm going to go this way. So I'm going to see if I can find a map, because there's a coastal route and then an inland route that takes you to a few places, and then the lighthouse is kind of separate. So I'm going to look at the map and see where we're going next. So I have just walked through the narrow valley and I am now at the antique cave. here it is. So this was formed by two reefs which came together to form a small limestone cave through rain erosion. So you've got like a rock balancing up there, and then this is the cave. I'm going to walk back through the narrow valley. It is very narrow though, and there are more insects in there. So if you have a phobia of insects, this is a very bad place to come, because there are so many and they're everywhere and they're big. They're like creepily big. But yeah, Antique Cave, back up. The narrow valley is literally in those caves, in between those coral reefs. So yeah, I'm gonna head back up now. So on top of the narrow gorge is another viewpoint. So this one is Guest Pavilion, and it has another amazing view of not only the sea, which there is actually a boat there, but also the coastline. And it's also got this information board here. So this like witch's hat is called Mount Dejan, and that is the one that you can rock climb up, but you need to have police permission first. So yeah, it's another stunning view. I don't know if you can see this rock like in the middle of the sea here. I'll put a closer video in if not, but that is called Sao Rock, and it's apparently got loads of reefs around it, and it's some really good wildlife, and you can dive there if diving's something that interests you. But yeah, this one I haven't seen any insects yet, so I'm going to try and actually sit here and enjoy the view and not be attacked by massive bugs. Fingers crossed it works. If not, we'll be walking on. There are a lot, and I mean a lot, of paths in this park that they've just covered over with leaves. Some of them have got like fallen branches on, like over there. But I think it's actually quite dangerous, because the map has got paths on that I can't find, and then I'm finding paths that aren't on the map that have been covered up, and they're warning you about all of these poisonous animals, and yet they've just got paths that, if you don't want people to go down them, really need to be hidden better. But yeah, anyway, just wait if you come, make sure you're careful and don't get lost. So the last stop inside the like jungly part of the park is the Mystery Cave, which was formed during a reef collapse. So this used to be one reef and then the inside collapsed. And you can go in the cave. I'm gonna go in, but with all the bugs, my anxiety is already very high, so I may not be going all the way in, but we will go in and see how far we can get. You have to crouch very, very low. Okay. Okay, so here's the actual cave. So you can see there is some light up there. And then that is the end. So I'll walk to the end. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Yeah, so from this side you can see how the left part has fallen onto the right to cause this cave here. We'll go back through because I want to go the other way on the path. But yeah, so this is the very small bit. So standing here you can see I am actually taller than the entrance and it just gets shorter. So really make sure you crouch so you don't hit your head. And now we are free. So now I'm going to head to the last viewing platform, and then all that is left in this park is the actual lighthouse. So I have made it to the lighthouse. I'm just standing in the shade. There's like an exhibition room, but it's all in Mandarin, so I can't read any of it, and honestly I'm too tired to Google Translate it. So I'm just looking at the lighthouse. And then you've got the nice view there. And there is one viewpoint left to go to, so I'm going to head there now. And then you can go outside the park and walk all the way down to the actual tip of Taiwan. I'm going to see what this viewpoint looks like and how close it is, because honestly it's so hot, so hot. I'm ready to go for a swim. So I have made it to viewpoint 2. This is the last viewpoint in the park, and it is the southernmost point of Taiwan. The actual viewpoint is literally there. So I'm not going to go, one because it is so close, I think this might actually be more south, and two because the bus leaves at 12. If I miss that I have to wait 2 hours for the next one, and I don't want to do that. So here's a quick look. We've got a man fishing, beautiful like rock pool, and I think there's like a big orange crab there, but you've got more of these stunning corals with like the nice blue waves going over. But yeah, now I do have to quickly walk back because I have 26 minutes until the bus leaves. So let's go. Good morning. So last I spoke to you, I was heading to Small Beach, and I did go there and it was very nice. I didn't film too much though because there was like, I'm guessing, a school competition, so there were lots of kids on the beach and I didn't really want to film them. But it's a nice sandy beach. There are deck chairs available and you can go swimming. However, it's not clear enough to snorkel there. So there is apparently one snorkeling spot along the coast of Kenting that is really good, but it doesn't have a beach attached. It's literally just a snorkeling spot. So if you have time and that's something that you really want to do, Google it where it is, and it's on like the west tip, so you could head there and do that. But yeah, that is the end of this video. I'm actually in a new destination now, you might be able to tell. So I hope you enjoyed. I did enjoy visiting Kenting and I would recommend. However, if you cannot drive, you do need to spend a little bit of extra time there so you can deal with the unpredictability of the local buses. Yeah. But that's it. So if you enjoyed, please make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.